Welcome. I'm Fortuna. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I don't know. Oh, that's fine. The double audio doesn't get in here. I guess you're still figuring things out. Yes. First I need to come to terms with being in outer space and having become a witch. That's right. You're a witch now, girl. How did you know I'm a woman? Only women can become witches, so there's no doubt about it. I will say in the context of this game, of this world, if that's what they're meaning, okay, you know. Everyone seems to be clearer than me on everything. I haven't even had the chance to get out of the closet to myself, but everyone here keeps addressing me as a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather have me switch back to masculine pronouns? Hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just angry it didn't all happen on my terms. Well, you have an eternity ahead of you to enjoy your true self. I guess I should be celebrating. But I still can't picture myself out of this ugly beard and hoodie. I believe I can help you with that if you like. What do you have in mind? Some kind of glow up? You'll be the one doing the transition. I'll just offer some guidance. It's not very different from what all of us witches had to go through. None of us ascended in these cool robes and hats. I'm an engineer. I wouldn't even know where to begin with designing an outfit. It'll all come to you, trust me. Shall we perform a rite? I did it for my sister once. You can just relax. This is a pretty cool moment in a witch's life. I'm in your hands, whatever. First of all, I'm gonna summon a Fate Master's disc to check on our chances of success for the ritual. Chances of success? Does this mean I can fail? Not really. It just means you'll take more time to figure out your witch identity, but it'll come to you in time. Great. Just try to enjoy it. Sure. What do I have to do? There are many ways to go about this. My favorite one is by making some tea. I'm going to interview you to try to find some elements that are fundamental to your essence. Then we'll pour them into this teapot and brew a cathartic infusion. This sounds so surreal, but sure, I'm game. It can be pretty delicious. A good friend of mine taught me this method, and now I wouldn't go about it any other way. I'm kind of envious, since this is something a witch can only taste before transitioning. Are you ready? Of course, interview the shit out of me. Question. Tell me about yourself. What would you dream of doing as a witch? What would your ideal aesthetic be? I hope I get to ask all of these questions. I really do, because I feel like all of them are very important. So I guess we'll just start at the top and hopefully be able to work our way down. Tell me about yourself. What is it to say about myself? What do you like to do? A bit of your background, whatever you think is essential to your being. When I was about 10 years old, I saw a boar trample a friend to death during a school trip. That's oddly specific. It's the first thing that came to mind, and I find myself thinking about it too often whenever my mind's idle. Of course, let it flow. I like electronic music, video games, spicy food, Western movies, and gardening. Ooh, gardening can be a great asset for a witch. Well, I mostly grew marijuana and chili peppers. Is there pot in space? There is. Everything in the universe. But recreationally speaking, there's way better stuff you can get a hold of now, being a witch and all. Nice. I could do with some of that. Sure, I'll set you up with a friend of mine. Did you do anything creative? Not really. Maybe cooking? I love cooking, but too often I find myself too depressed to cook anything at all. Well, you have all the time in the world now. Sure. So, did you find anything useful? Electronic music. Let's add that childhood trauma. Recreational gardening. I kind of want to say let's add spicy food. But recreational gardening is probably the best one out of these so far. Will I become a witch dealer? In a sense, we're all dealers in our communities. We don't have money, so we all offer our goods and services to the rest. That's cool. Question. Oh god, that's not enough. What would you dream of doing as a witch? I don't know. What does a witch typically do? Eat children and curse towns? No, well, not typically. You can do whatever you want. Some of us take care of magical gardens, some others craft daggers, some others organize cosmic orgies. Myself, I dabble in divination. I don't know, I just want to have fun, make some true friendships, visit different places. I felt trapped for far too long in my apartment. I want to be free. You can do all of that outside of your occupation. Any crafts you may be interested in? I don't know. I was preparing myself to become a computer engineer. I also enjoy growing stuff, so making potions? Or maybe an explorer. Any excuse to visit lots of cool places. I see. What to add as your vocation? Scientist, gardener, traveling merchant. There's been a lot of things about dealing and gardens. Like, this would be like too much. Too garden. I would say traveling, like a traveling merchant, maybe selling herbs or doing something like that. Oh, traveling merchant witch. The traveling part sounds fun, but I don't know if I have the charisma to become a merchant. You do. We witches all have charisma. I'd say one can't ascend without the necessary charisma. It comes with a package. Once you've found your true self, I'm sure you'll be radiant. I hope so. Alright, I think I can picture myself roaming the cosmo with my wares. Nice. Question. What is your ideal aesthetic? What would your ideal aesthetic be? I don't have a single clue. Definitely not this. Use your instincts. Pour out any keywords that come to mind. I don't know what would be the opposite of this. I'm too embarrassed to say anything out loud, to be honest. I'm not comfortable speaking so openly about how I'd like to look. Take your time. Yeah, you can hear again back on mobile. Something flashy? Sexy? Ah, shit, what am I saying? I feel like any look would be too big for me to fill. I want to feel good about myself, but I also don't want to overdo it. A witch isn't capable of overdoing her looks. You met Dahlia, right? Fuck yes, but she's one hell of a woman. You're a hell of a woman too. I don't feel so ready to own that. Okay, how about something hot, exotic, or something empowering? I'd love that. Do you really think I could pull it off? I don't have any doubt. Okay, let's go with empowering then. Cool. I have enough. Let's pour you a cup. The odds on that disc of yours aren't as high as I like them to be. They're good enough. Fill the rest with your willpower. You can do this. Alright, let's drink this. Cheers. Oh my goodness, you look amazing. Look at the chili peppers. Oh my god. I should have added spicy food. Oh. The Peppermancer? Oh, that's so cute. Do I? Yes, you are stunning. Can't wait to get in front of the mirror, but I feel stunning myself. Yes. I feel weightless. This is amazing, Fortuna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. How can I ever repay you? You just become the best witch you can be. Enjoy it. You can count on it. Can you feel it now? Your calling? Yes. I am the Peppermancer. That is so cool. What are your powers about? I don't know yet. Something spicy, that's for sure. I need to find a fitting name for this persona. and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do from now on. So many questions. I feel anxious and excited. I can help you out with that. My specialty is helping witches dealing with questions using my deck. Oh, Dahlia told me about that. I was kind of bummed when you decided to brew some tea instead of letting me see your deck. So yes, please, I love to see your cards in action. It'll be my pleasure. I propose we look into what role you'll play in the coven, so you can form a better picture of where to direct your training. Yeah, that's cool. Also, what do you say we look into the future to see what you'll call yourself so you can start using your name right away? Yes, please. I can't go by Untitled Witch Project forever. Nice. Anything else you want to ask while we're at it? I'm fine with just that. Let's leave some room for discovery. Very well. Now focus on these questions while I shuffle my deck. Mercy, wellness. Oh, we don't get to see the little things over it. This is definitely a roll. Because I do remember this one goes like water and earth or something, where it's like unleashed potential and power. Yes. You're going to grow magical peppers and they are going to be in high demand, especially the lust reapers, which will multiply sexual arousal and stimulus. It's such cute. You will grow a special variety of spicy peppers known as truth chili. They will become an essential item in the upcoming elections. Your talents will grow exponentially in a very short amount of time, and you will even get to surpass some of the oldest witches. Oh my god. Okay, so this one I think is really great. Because it doesn't like say specifically something, right? Like, this one leaves that room to, like, discover things yourself about yourself, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't say specifically something to do. Whereas this is, like, you are going to, like, basically make this. You're going to grow magical peppers. You're going to do all of that. Like, this one, I just don't feel like this is necessary just now. Let's see. We have, what? 3 waters and an earth. So much water. And this one gives me more earth energy and an air. Alright, we'll do this one. Alright, straight to the top. What's the matter? That's good, isn't it? Yes, of course it's good, but I'm a bit worried about how some witches will react towards your meteoric ascension. Why is that? Jealousy is a widespread disease among witches. Some of us will be extremely happy to see you thrive, but I can picture a great number of witches getting salty about it. Whatever, haters gonna hate. That's the thing in this community, as intimate as ours, the hate from haters can become a considerable nuisance. If this is something I should be worried about, can we look at it with another card? Absolutely. We'll look into how the coven is going to react. Nice, thank you. Haters gonna hate. Nature's Murmurs, the Chamber of the Opera House. Okay, well, I think this is actually really good for the coven's reaction. Yeah. Your rapid ascension will harvest much resentment from the weak and the sour. Oh, it's only that one. Got it. Okay. Shit, why does there always have to be people like that? I guess not even witches can escape the curse of emotion. Bah, I'll just stick to what I've always done. Surround myself with people who love me and fuck the rest. Sounds like a plan. Alright, fair enough. Wait, how do you get a name for this? You are Nova, the Pepper Master. You are Elena, the Pepper Master? Both of these are very pretty. just like the way Nova sounds because I can actually pronounce it, but I also think, what fits me with peppers? Just peppers. I'm gonna go with this one. I think it's pronounced Elaine. We're gonna say Elena. Elena? It's like, cause it's I-L-L. And Anna. Ilana? You're Ilana, the Peppermancer. Whoa, Ilana. Sounds so alien to me. It feels like stealing a name from the identity database or something. But I like it a lot. I'll do my best to live up to this name. Thank you so much, Fortuna. You are so welcome, Elena. That's a wrap. How did you like my divination? Super cool, you've got a great talent. Although I'm not sure if I will resort to it again anytime soon. There's something dreadful in becoming aware of fate's existence and knowing you can't escape it. Not that you're to blame, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it can cause that effect. I'm sure I'd lose it if I had a talent like yours. So tempting and so scary at the same time. I'll stick to the peppermancy. It could be maddening at sometimes, yes. What are you planning to do now? Dahlia wanted to introduce me to more people, and now I feel ready for it, thanks to you. Happy to hear that. Please come and visit me anytime. I will. Goodbye. Okay. That was a very pleasant. And we have a good base. Only 4 fire though. Do we just do one more meeting? Maybe one more meeting before we try to make any more cards. Get this one over with. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. I'm not used to dealing with young witches, so first of all, excuse me if I say something too blunt or out of place. Don't worry about that. The introduction was polite enough. Good. You need to vote for Jasmine. I guess that is, very very blunt. I don't care for her program, really. It's just imperative that we eat Edena's corpse. Oh. Okay. And I'm gonna say some shit. Proceeds to say some shit. Whoa. I thought you came by to do some convincing, not just to order me around. We are inches away from unlocking a new whole dimension of understanding. There will always be time to open the gates to more witches. Who knows? It is possible that if we ascend higher, we can directly grant illumination to anyone. That'd be very convenient, huh? I can expose some pretty solid arguments if I may. Be my guest. Do you mind if I summon a Fate Master's disc to calculate the chances that our interests will align? Ooh, sure, go ahead. I'd rather do this with the disc knowledge. I know your disc's secret. And what that may be. Your invention is a pretty convenient for any witch facing some kind of critical situation. What they don't know is that the disc is also recording everything, collecting information for you. That is true indeed. How did you learn about it? My third eye isn't just for looking. I believe you to be the first person to know. Please don't disclose it to the rest of the coven, or you will deprive them of an essential too. How about you make the disc stop stealing info? How about that? That I won't do. To collect intel on Witch's dire situation is in fact its main purpose. Don't you have any sense of ethics? Ethics lose all meaning when you spend a decade trapped inside the dungeons of the Inquisition. I need to gather as much information as possible for the betterment of my holistic formula. I won't disclose any secrets if that is what you're worried about. Still, The mere knowledge of your peers' issues is clear violation. That's irrelevant. Those are the ethics of the privilege. When you are faced with death, when you become a survivor, it is all about the results. How about you summon a Mister Secrets at least, so you can't possibly disclose any sensitive information? I don't see it as necessary, but I will, if that keeps you from sabotaging my project. It'll make me feel better, yeah. Understood. Do you mind if I summon a face master just then? I kind of want to say fuck you, and just I'd rather do it without the disc. But I kind of also want to be like, sure, go on, do this, and let me just show you where we're not going to line up. Go ahead. That number is going to stay fucking low. The first thing I want to use to demonstrate the advantages of harnessing power is a present. I learned that you craft your own cards using Arcana. With enough power, you could create your own and not be limited to the ones found in a grimoire. Here. Wait, I just saw something pop. Wait, the lone survivor of the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, so named because those in the congregation took a vow of silence and performed penance. Is this from another game? Is this from... Oh my god. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's from another game, but I don't remember what now. Thank you. I guess. While I was at the mercy of the Inquisition, I met a penitent pilgrim. He didn't say anything, but he left a lasting impression on me. Using my holistic formula, I captured his essence in the form of a super arcana for you to use in your divination. Think about the possibilities if you were able to etch any element of the cosmos that marked you into a card. Is that enough of a reason to keep more witches from ascending? In that accession, enough of a reason to keep you from ascending. It feels too egotistical. I'm aware that for someone as intelligent as you, flattery won't be enough to make up your mind. So next, allow me to make a demonstration of power. Oh, thrilling. What do you have in mind? Thanks to my understanding of the holistic formula, I made myself immune to fate. Okay, I'm sorry, I laughed. It sounds way too ludicrous. Then go ahead, read my fortune. Throw me your meanest card. It will be my pleasure. Oh, we're so pompous. We're so pompous. It's not gonna be it's not gonna work. We're such a pompous asshole. It's somehow not gonna work. I would love to be like, fuck you, I'm powerful than you, and I don't even need to absorb more of the witch. But you know. But wait, my formula may damage your deck in the process. Are you sure you still want to go through it? Do your worst. I'm not scared. I'll take your word for it. My deck is too precious, or knowledge. You're planning to dispel my card, aren't you? Yeah, we're gonna do knowledge every time. Why would I not do knowledge? Like, why would I not do that? You're planning to dispel my card, aren't you? How did you... Is there a way to get a hold of one of those magnificent third eyes of yours? Would you like me to help you find one through my divination? That sounds tempting, but as I told you, I am immune to the arts of fate. Not much of a perk right now, huh? Huh. It's alright. I have my own ways. Why did it go up? Why did it go up? Why did it go up? I don't understand. Why did it go up? I don't understand. I didn't agree with her. Why are they trying to ruin your deck? They're trying to prove a point that they are immune to fate, which means they'll get rid of the deck. Because they want the power. That's all they crave is just power. Instead of having more witches. Because they're like, we can get more witches later. As we thought the head of the coven was a piece of work. Yeah, this one's even worse. Honestly. I think because she still showed you the power. Oh, okay. I guess. Despite you looking through them. Like, yeah, why would I not pick the third eye option. Like, I see what you're gonna do. You're not gonna take away my deck. It's alright, I have my own ways. Even at the cost of a card. Do you still want me to demonstrate? I believe it will be a very valuable lesson. I don't want her to fuck up one of my cards. You know how long it takes to make those things? Post your video in Discord. Thank you. Yeah, no. That's a pity. It would have been a pretty enlightening experience for you. Hopefully that stays down, though. Maybe, but I spent way too much time on these cards that you break them in any way. Yeah, because, like, do I get the pieces? Like, are you breaking the card apart? So now I get to go and, like, remake it? If you don't embrace entropy, you'll accumulate too much baggage to be able to prosper as a witch. Attachment limits growth. I have my own ways. I'm sure you do. Well, what's your next solid argument to persuade me towards eating the old hag? I feel that's enough for today. Your mind is too burdened for me to effectively impart wisdom. That's a shame. The disc isn't looking too great either. But it didn't reach 0. Only time will tell whether or not we will become allies. Very well. I'll come and see you again in the future. You're welcome to come anytime. Farewell. I mean, I guess, if you want. Like, I don't. You know, it's kind of late to move this. I know it is, but I feel like I need to move this. I have to unlock it, though. Like, when we're playing this game, it's just better over there. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Quite a character, this Junrisha. She's a bit full of herself. I kind of liked her, to be honest. No, she's a bit full of herself. I sympathize with her. She has that kind of look only a behemoth can recognize. What do you mean? Those eyes, you only get them when you manage to peek behind the curtain. They invoke a calm dread, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I can picture myself getting there at some points if I keep delving into the mysteries of this deck. Maybe, maybe not. You are too stubborn for that. Hey, I'm not that obstinate, whatever. If anything, I see you acquiring the presence of a master. It requires a special kind of confidence to invoke that. Thank you. Only idiots and erudites manage to get there, and I'm still on the fence about which one you are. Very funny. Oh, I was just clicking. I didn't mean... I guess we'll make a card, though. Just go to that one. Skip that. Go to this. There we go. Oh, no, I left it in there. Oh, fine. It's a random fucking wing. Edit. Can I edit? Damn it. It's fine. You know, there's someone there. It just looks like someone's just behind it. We just can't see them. They're floating. They're flying. They have their wings out. That's what happens. The bone marrow of the behemoth sears thought. The resolve to sacrifice your own family. Your sacrifice exposes for all your family to judge. The ether wings elevates the arcana for everyone to see. Another bad omen. Can I not make one that's a bad omen? I don't got any more fire, but I really wanted to make something with this one. Let me see if I can get away with making one of this. Okay. Who is this? Do I remember who this is? Looks like a turtle from here. I don't remember a turtle. It is a turtle. Do I remember where you come from? Or you knew? Oh, not cool. I had to learn you can get visitors from other than you. I don't know if you are aware of the current state of things, but we need to talk. Patrice. It's my sister. Oh, reach chapter 5. Okay. An inquiry into values. Hold on. Okay. There's about 7 chapters in here, so we can keep going. Things weren't as easy as you have them right now. When I was about the age of little Michael here, I was already working. What did you do, Grandma? I spent most of my childhood helping my mom sew work clothes for the farmers. I wish I had a job already. I hate school and my allowance is miserable. You make more from your allowance than I made sewing clothes. I got paid 30 cents a piece. What? Then why did you even bother doing it? I had to help my mom. She was paid $2 a piece. But during those times, it was enough for us to get by. Why is everything more expensive now, Grandma? I don't think I'm ready to explain that. Ask your dad about inflation when you get home. Did your dad explain it to you? I'm afraid not. My dad died in the war back in Spain. He didn't have time to teach me much, besides how to use a knife and how to cook a mean paella? 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 I love Grandma's yellow rice. You should do, beautiful. I'll make some paella tomorrow. What do you say? Yes. Yes, yes. Why did you come to America, Yaya? First of all, this is not America. These are the United States. Paia. Okay, why did you come to the U.S.? A couple of years after my dad was killed, my mom had to flee to France with me and your Auntie Fortuna to escape the fascists. Then we moved to the U.S. What are fascists? Very mean people who don't like anyone who thinks differently from them or simply is different. Are there any fascists in the U.S.? Too many, I'd say. Oh no, what are we gonna do, Grandma? Don't worry about it, I'll protect you all. Yeah, tell us more stories about Aunt Fortuna. You know, this is the perfect place for it, since it was on this very beach I saw your aunt for the last time. It was here where she died? I've told you 1,000 times your Aunt Fortuna didn't die. She went to live in the stars. Come on, Yaya, I'm old enough already. But it's true. We drove here on a beautiful summer night, just the 2 of us and our friend Eva. I love Eva. She gives me candy. Yes, Eva's always been a sweetheart. Fortuna made a delicious pizza and we opened a nice bottle of grape juice. Totally grape juice. Wine. Yes, wine, Maria Fortuna. I want wine. That night there was this beautiful meteor shower. So the 3 of us made a wish. I asked for my sister to be happy. She wasn't happy? She had a good life here, but she needed more. Your auntie is magical. She's always had special powers. But this world wasn't ready for all she had to give. Out of the blue, she said, I want to be a witch. I'm scared. Shh, Michael, it's all right. She's a good witch. Then she got up and started walking towards the sea. The stars fell upon her from the sky, but also rose to embrace her from the bottom of the ocean. She walked until she disappeared into the water. She drowned then. No, she went to live in the stars. Don't make me repeat myself. Her body was never found, so she didn't drown. She's in a magical place now, watching over us. Why doesn't she come to visit us? That I don't know, sweetheart. Hello, Fortuna. Sister. Oh no, you're upset. At this point, I'd say I'm more delusional than upset. When were you planning on telling me you can accept visitors? Things have been complicated. I didn't want to worry you until I figured this out. I didn't know I had to report my every movement to you. Oh. To be fair, yeah, we only said 2 people can know. And then people start doing that and then just like forget. I guess I didn't want you to worry. I didn't want to worry you until I figured this mess. Figured out this mess. So you managed to get yourself into a new mess, even in exile. I don't know why I even keep caring at this point. What do I need to do for you to let your big sister in? Have I ever failed you? Patrice, come on. I've explained this to you too many times already. You are in. It's just that I don't like to be saved. And you're always too quick to make my own problems your own. I want you to be my friend, not my mom. Although not even our mom intruded as much as you do. Oh, I know. Who do you think changed your diapers and took you to school? Oh, not this again. Listen, it's been 2 centuries since I last saw you. Why don't we skip this part and cut to the tense and cordial conversation? Fine. How's work? How's Juliet doing? You still together? Are you still checking on your descendants? I kind of hope I can pick all of these, because I need to know if my fortune was correct, and I want to know if she is checking in on her descendants. So how's work? Stupendous, I say. While you've been gone, we managed to become one of the most popular publications among many covens. I even started overseeing a side editorial about magical technology, which has been a hit among witches of the Machina cult. 10 modules you won't be able to live without once you've installed them in your mech. I know, I'm not proud of those kinds of headlines, but they work wonders. I'm sure. I find them dumb too, but I gotta say, Cosmic Gazette's top 5 trinkets of the week is one of my favorite sections. So we were right about her job, because we wrote it, so that's how our powers were still like manifesting and working back then too. I know, we should stop trying to play it smart and embrace our love for random lists. For this year's special, we may even go full bait. Top 10 best lists in the cosmos. I'm looking forward to it. And to think I used to be a best-selling author back on Earth. Okay, good. We can do all of them. How's Juliet doing? Are you still together? No, that had to end. We broke up about 50 years ago. What happened? She went and joined the arbitrage office willingly. Can you believe that? Whoa, why did she do that? She was overwhelmed by what being a witch implies. All that freedom in the directionlessness. She depended a lot on me to decide how to use her time, but I'm not the kind to become anyone's conductor. She was fine whenever she was busy, but every time I needed my space, she had severe episodes of anxiety and depression. She knew she was hurting us both, so in the end her solution was to forego her freedom. From what she told me in her letters, becoming an arbiter gave her mission and a purpose. What a shame. Well, whatever works, I guess. Essential dread is a widespread disease among witches. The irony of immortality. Okay, are you still checking on your descendants? Nah, I got bored a couple of generations ago. It was important to me to vel over Maria Fortuna, Eric, Michael, and the rest. And I was genuinely curious about how they raised their children, what became of them all. I don't know, the ego trip of witnessing one's legacy. But at some point, it all lost meaning, just became voyeurism, watching strangers go about their lives. They stopped talking about you, huh? Shut up. I know you do well. Prick. Alright, enough catching up. What about you? What have you done this time? What are you implying? Something embarrassing, dangerous, or illegal, I'm sure. Huh. One person already knows about him. I kind of want to tell her she's my sister, and I don't feel any ill will towards the two. But then why didn't she visit her or make herself known? It's one of these two I'm gonna pick. But we're trying to make... Okay, so we're trying to also aim for behemoths and witches to coexist, right? So I should show him, at least to Patrice. And that's only then 2 people. That's my sister and there's one person who had one in her too. So, like, I should. I'm gonna do it. Fine, show yourself, Abe. Holy fuck, Fortuna. A motherfucking behemoth? Pleased to meet you, Patrice. And it talks? What do you mean it talks? We behemoth fucking invented languages. And I'm not an it. Please refer to me as he. What have you done, Fortuna? I did what I had to do to survive. Survive? This will get you executed, erased from the cosmos. I was a living death anyway. 200 years alone on this rock is worse than oblivion, Patrice. Who could blame you, really? Fucking Adina. We have to use the elections as an opportunity to save your ass. I can start by calling in some favors, see if we can get you in the running. Patrice, what? You're doing it again. Stop. This is my mess. I can handle it. You can't handle shit. Look at the situation you got yourself into. I've been a witch for decades longer than you. I don't need your lessons. You may have been my big sister back on Earth, but not anymore. In fact, you're the little sisters now. Whoa, know your place. What did you just say, you ungrateful piece of shit? Okay, had I known that this was the relationship, I would not have shown her him. I didn't know she was gonna go off and say this sort of stuff. You heard me. It's my turn to protect you. Just by colluding with me on this behemoth issue, you could be punished too. I didn't even tell my best friends. That's why I didn't want to get you involved. The fucking nerve. I don't need your help. The sooner you get that into your head, the better. Why did you turn me into a witch then? I did not turn you into a witch. You were destined to become one. How many times do we have to go over this? This took a massive turn. Yeah, I didn't realize, I don't know the relationship. This is the problem. It's like, I should have assumed since she didn't want to tell her sister right away, there was a reason. But most of the times with these family games and whatnot, like if there's family, like unless it's pretty clear that they didn't get along, everything was just like, they seemed like they knew each other pretty well and got along okay, wanted each other to be happy, wanted to do this and that, and willing to do for each other's happiness. They seemed like a sisterhood that seemed strong between them being sisters from Earth. And that's where I thought that that was going to go. Had I known there was any animosity, I would have just said the Arbiter thing. She doesn't need to know about him. This is too big of a step. I don't want her to, not to get involved, but to try to turn everyone against me in that sense of my goals of trying to make this a better place. If she has this hatred towards me or like this thing here. That's the thing here. That's kind of the sucky part, is I didn't know about the relationship. I'm only taking guess of what I can see all around here. Like they gave 0 hints. Yeah, like I'm just figured if she greatly disliked, if they disliked each other, they would have said something. Like more like hints that I could pick up on. I didn't think it would go like this. I guess, like I said, maybe I should have when I realized that she did not invite her sister over the second, like, she was able to. Her sister wasn't even, like, an option. Like, wasn't even an option between, like, to ask people to come. I'm pretty sure she wasn't even an option. It was just the other two, the best friends. But I also was thinking, I'm like, well, this is a coven thing. This is more of a social thing. This isn't a coven thing. Okay, how many times do you have to go over this? I just read the cards. Wait, that's what I was just thinking too. I don't remember exactly. I remember she got the devil and temperance, but did she make her sister into a witch when she read the cards? Because that's what she's not. She doesn't read tarot. She writes it. What? Oh my god. Are you alright? I did turn you into a witch. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm so sorry, Patrice. What are you on about? What are you sorry now? What is going on? Oh shit, your bone cancer? Oh shit, oh my fucking life. Fortuna, easy. I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry. I recently learned something about my divination that, well, it changes everything. What is going on? I'm not a reader, I'm a writer. What the hell does that mean? A Danov's corpse visited me recently. She told me why she sent me into exile and why she took away my deck. I'm not seeing the future, I'm deciding it. Forging what's ahead. I killed you. Whoa, slow down. First of all, we were kids. You're not responsible for my fate, no matter the forces behind it. I gave you fucking cancer. Hey, shut it. I had a great life. If not cancer, it would have been a truck or the aftermath of all the drugs I did. I think what she's alluding to when she's like, I read your cards, I thought she said that she did it when she was like first learning a tarot deck on Earth. So I'm not sure if like her powers went far back there, or did they just turn into what they are times 100 basically when she finally ascended. I do not hold you accountable for any of that. Still, I'm so sorry. And then you're right, you've always been right. I turned you into a witch. I couldn't bear you dying, and I dragged your soul into space. Well, I do hold you accountable for that. Not that I hate it, being a witch. It beats eternal slumber. However, I think you owe me. You must let me in. You wanted me back in your life so bad, you pulled me out of death's embrace. Now own it. This is too much, Patrice. I don't want to read the cards anymore. The responsibility is overwhelming. Listen. I see how your powers present quite an ethical conundrum. But we're not on Earth anymore. I haven't met a single witch that isn't fucking overpowered and exploiting her abilities to satisfy her ambitions. You're like a spider witch, so what? Use your powers to do good or whatever. Oh, a super witch, not a spider witch. You're like a super witch, so what? Use your powers to do good or whatever. I don't know, Patrice. Moreover, I believe you should act on it. Like that like that spider guy that Eva liked. I was predicting the future of the next sentence. Having great power and not using it is irresponsible. It doesn't even go like that. Waiting for Aaron to chime in and chat with the proper quote. No? Well, you get me. But where do I draw the line? Case by case. I know you're a good person. I'm not afraid of letting you tamper with fate. Read the cards for me. Come on. Really? What about? Read into my end. Oh. What? No. Come on. We all have an expiry date, even witches. Write me a beautiful death. With great power comes great responsibility. Some Star Wars person. That was Lord of the Rings. God. Patrice, You know, being aware of how I was meant to die gave me superpowers back when I was mortal. It was weird, but I missed that powerful dread. Please, Fortuna, grant me illumination once again. Alright. I love you, Patrice. I love you too. Okay, so things turn around. We're okay. Here we are again. But let me tell you, this is the last time you make me read into your end. The end. You get reincarnated or whatever, you deal with the pain of being alive like the rest of us. Deal. Wait. How does this new deck of yours work? For you it's gonna be the same. Mechanically speaking, it's just like the tarot. But I crafted this deck myself, capturing arcana inside the cards. So I can fine-tune my style of divination and don't need to be so dependent on the classic tarot symbols. Wow, cool. Okay, show me what you got. Is it gonna be the Cosmic Wheel? Ooh, I think this is 4 options. Okay. You will be executed for unleashing a terrible force that will obliterate half the witches in this universe. You will turn yourself into a gemstone trinket to veil over your favorite student. You will die during a duel with another witch over some stupid argument. You will get to witness the end of this universe and perish along with whoever remains to experience the end of it all. I like this one. I like this one the most. Otherwise, yeah. I like this one. We're gonna go with this one. Thank you so much. You will get to witness. Yes, yes, yes. So you basically curse me with eternal life. Not quite. The universe will eventually end. That's an eternity, even by witches' standards. Well, excuse me for wishing you a long existence. I may die of boredom before fulfilling your prophecy, let me tell you. But I guess that watching reality come to an end may be quite an experience. That's what I was thinking. Like, that'd be quite an experience. And also, like, a lot of these things, it was stupid to die about a stupid argument. It was stupid to die or, like, unleash something. Although that'd be kind of... I wonder what that would have led. I wonder where that would have led. Can't wait. Bleak. So what do you think of my new deck? It's pretty cool, yeah. I was a bit fed up with tarot, to be honest. Yeah, me too, now that I think about it. I'll take more time to get bored of these cards since I can keep producing new ones. The illustrations, do you make them yourself? They're pretty cool. I compose them with existing arcana, but they leave a lot of room for creativity. I don't know, it's fun. Happy to hear you're having a good time. Okay, you dealt with my own demise. What do you say we focus on avoiding yours now? Oh, here we go again. Fine, what do you have in mind? I want you to run for leader. What? No! I'm deadly serious. When I learned that Adina died and the Coven needed a new leader, I automatically thought of you. Your divination makes you the perfect candidate. That's why it pissed me off extra to discover that you could receive visitors this late. We've already lost a lot of time that we could have put into preparing your campaign. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, clairvoyance isn't the only quality required to lead. We discovered I'm not a reader but a writer. The responsibility Dahlia and Jasmine are already running. Yeah, clairvoyance isn't the only quality required to lead. I don't know shit about high politics. I'm not fit to rule. Your divination is the most crucial point, and I'm not talking about you running the Coven as a dictator, Adina was. You can surround yourself with a wise team. You can confer with the whole community even, but your judgment is what will ultimately set the direction for the Coven. That's fine and all, but I already told Dahlia I'll help her become the next leader. What a pity. Let's hope she takes it well when you tell her you're running for leader yourself. She'll be angry for about 5 minutes, but it'll be okay. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. The game feels like it is aiming me to run for leader because I'm seeing all sides of the story and people constantly come to me for help. So it feels like that's what it's aiming for. Oh no, it's already coffee time. All this reading makes me sleepy. A little sleepy. But I don't want to run for leader. She'll be angry about 5 minutes and then it'll be okay. Leader. But here's my thing. I was kind of like okay for Dahlia. Like helping her out. I don't see how mine differ. It's just like fine tuning with hers. And it's just basically on point. I'm honestly, I want to say it, but I don't want to run for leader. I don't want to. Come on, Fortuna, you're going to make me beg. It's not a matter of begging. Running a coven requires way more than manipulating the future. So here's my thing. If I were to replay this knowing that this is a potential outcome to run the coven, yeah, maybe I would actually prepare what I'm trying to pick out to be aiming for that. Also, I wouldn't have told Dahlia that I was going to be on her side. I would have said both of them. I'm not going to help either one of you. It just so happens, though, like, I just believe Dahlia could just, like, be it. Or it's like a co-thing. It's not just her. It is her and me. I'm not ready for that. But you are. You're sensitive and smart, plus you can scribe what's ahead. Well, or write what's ahead, whatever. I'll help you with the bureaucracy. We'll make a fine team. Because you'll run for leader. Oh, God. I don't know. I feel like it's a slap in the face. I'm helping Dahlia. Shit, Fortuna, don't choose Dahlia. Come on, what? Why? Dahlia's utopia isn't possible. I reviewed her program and she's going to lead us all to ruin. She's too naive. But no, it's just not feasible. Trust me. You'd be doing Dahlia a favor if you keep her from becoming the next leader. Whatever. Just tell me already what you want me to do. I want you to run for leader, or at least not to support Dahlia. I'm not gonna support Jasmine. I guess I'm running for fucking leader. So I guess I really don't have a choice. I run for leader. Finally. You're gonna make a great leader. Trust me. Also, tell me how it does it... Like, how is it not feasible? Like, it's a utopia, but it's building towards it. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's to build towards those goals. You take one step at a time. Like I said, it was basically her idea, but fine-tuning elements of it. Person in this game says there's no choice. You don't get a choice. You're not the first one to tell me I'd make a great leader. You're all gonna make me believe I should do it. You should. You must. I'll help you. First order of business is define a program. I'm gonna do some scouting and I'll come back with a picture of the current political landscape. And that's another thing too. I have been missing from everything there for 200 years. And it's like, boom, all of a sudden I want to be a leader. Then we can decide where we stand on the hottest topics. Okay, this is all moving so fast. Don't worry, I'll make it easy for you. Better. You're gonna make me do this. Make it easy. See you in a bit. Get your deck in order. Relax a bit, and we'll set everything in motion when I come back. Cool. See you later. Bye. Bye, bitch. Bye. What a bossy sister. Tell me about it. The air seal didn't seem to make a dent on her. I'm a bit disappointed in my magic. I say Patrice adores me in her own way. She just has a tough way of expressing love. I'm beginning to think I sided with the wrong sister. Shut up. Shit is getting real. Are you excited? I'm more anxious than anything. As a matter of fact, I am. Not really, but I don't have a choice. After summoning a behemoth, this is child's play. I'm not anxious? I guess not really, but I don't really have a choice. Like, I'm not really excited about it. I'm not, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm like, eh, but I'm kind of eh, but I'm not that much of an eh. So, just like whatever. It's just whatever. Not really, but I don't have a choice. Come on, you always have a choice, especially you with that deck of ours. Patrice can be reality altering in her own way. You've witnessed it. I can't fight her. I wouldn't like to have an older sibling. No, sir. Okay then, what do you need me to do? What do you mean? For example, do you want me to deliver a letter to summon Dahlia and Jasmine to let them hear about your final stance? Good idea. A friendly reunion before the race. I think this is what we need to do, because this would be like backstabbing. No games on. Better to catch them off balance. I want good idea. A friendly reunion before the race. You never know how gruesome things will get, and the three of us didn't have the chance to meet just to hang out like old times, so do invite them, please. I will. I'm glad you let Patrice know about me. You don't have to worry. She's loyal. Oh, I'm not worried. On the contrary, I'm eager to team up with her. Team up? Come on. You've got a behemoth on your side, and you were planning on not using me during the campaign? Just let your sister know about my skills. I'm sure she'll put them to good use. I can spy on opponents, dig up some dirt, spin the cosmic wheel a bit in her favor, you know? Okay, I guess that's a great resource. But don't you do anything without our approval. Absolutely. It may not look like it, but I'm a team player. Yeah, sure. I think I'm gonna lay down for a bit now. I need some rest before facing the mess I've gotten myself into. Talk to you later. You dream you are the owner of a tiki bar. You design a cocktail by mixing absinthe and boiled mackerel spines. It's so good that a line of 100 people forms outside your business. Anyone who drinks it feels the urge to write poetry. Wake up. Not high enough with fire. Fire! You don't want any, Aaron? You wanted to see us, right? I love to get together before the race starts. Let me know when's a good time and I'll pick up Dahlia and come over to your place. Your friend Jasmine. Let's get this over with. Thanks for coming. So technically, though, when I told her about Patrice being her greatest foe, I wasn't wrong. It was Patrice, though, pushing me to be the other one here. The other running for this. Thanks for coming. It's been centuries since we got the three of us together. I don't know why we didn't do this, like, I don't know, right away. What's up, witches? And you bet, magic life can get so chaotic sometimes that we just forget to enjoy it. Haha, yeah, it makes me so happy to see the two of you together. Tell me about some adventure I missed. What did we do last time we met? We should plan a trip for when I regain my freedom. Tell me about some adventure that I missed. I took Jasmine hunting once. What? Really? Oh my, she did, and never again, I tell you. Jasmine really would make a fine demon hunter. That sand dweller didn't stand a chance. Jasmine planted some magical seeds into the dunes, and in a matter of minutes, boom, a big fucking vine emerged out of the white sand, strangling the demon. It was horrible. I only had to slice that fucker's throat. The stench of blood. Oh, I don't know how you do it, Dahlia. Then she spent the whole evening building a grave for the worm. Oh, it was beautiful, though, wasn't it? I would have loved to have been there. I missed you so much. Me too. My first order of business will be to ban fucking exiles so we can all go on adventures again. Are you nervous about the elections? You can't imagine. I'm cool. More excited than anything. On the one hand, I'm not worried because whoever wins in the end, the coven is going to be well looked after. On the other hand, I want what's best for the coven, and I truly believe my program is the safest bet. Just to be clear, I do think you'd make for a lovely leader. But playing it safe is the death of progress, Jasmine. But aren't we all well already? We just need to iron out Adana's more abusive politics and put some love into the community. That's because the status quo benefits you. Think about all the novices and all the witches who don't fit into that orderly vision, myself included. My plan is not to start a revolution, but to level the playing field. It's not fair that power is held by the eldest. Novices need to be guided, though. Think about when we had just ascended. We weren't in any shape to be making important decisions. I don't know about that. Age has its own setbacks. What do you think, Fortuna? Well, about that. I guess it's time I make my stance clear. I am running for leader myself. What? Oh my, but aren't you exiled? Patrice is gonna help me run the campaign. In fact, it was her who practically forced me into this venture. Okay, and what's your deal? I'm not really sure yet. We still have to define our program. But my sister is dead set on having my divination at the helm of the new government. That would be quite an asset, all right. My blanket's stuck under the chair. There we go. Have you really thought this through? I doubt a criminal has much of a chance at leadership. Whoa, that's a bit strong. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Criminal? I'm not a criminal, Jasmine. Part of the plan of becoming the next leader is to educate unfair punishments. So you actually wanted to meet us to declare war, huh? Not war, I just thought it'd be proper to let you know firsthand. I really think that no matter who wins, the future is bright. Yeah, that's what I like to think. But the stress of competing against you two is a bit overwhelming. Why don't we just use this opportunity to promise that no matter what, we'll still be friends after the race is over? Come look at this window. Yeet. Yeah. No promises needed. I never had a doubt about it. Likewise, we will always be friends. Thank you. I didn't know what I would do if I lost you. You won't. I love you. I love you too. Why do they still have very concerned faces? Especially hers. Very concerned faces. I love you three. Fuck off. Okay, the next few weeks are about to get pretty busy. I better leave and start preparing my knives. Figurative speaking, I understand. No, literally, I'm a daggersmith. That's what I do. No need to stab anyone, though. I hope. Yeah. Haha. Okay, you two take care. Oh, okay. See you soon. Take care, both of you. Bye. Thanks for coming. God, this game with the buys is always like, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. Okay, bye. No, bye. Bye. Oh. Okay, what time is it? Is it time for coffee? It's time for coffee. I gotta get coffee. It's a coffee break. Everyone get your coffees. Okay, we have this. We have... Who's here? Oh... Patrice. Okay, get your shit in order. You're real. Let me know when you're ready to review. Not yet. Not yet. Hold on. Oh, wait. Does sleeping help me? I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna make her sleep and see what happens. I gotta remember to mute myself when I slurp. The wound things. Dreamt about you are digging your own grave when you shovel hit something hard. You unearth a bronze statue of yourself. The statue comes to life and you agree to switch places. It buries you and your bronze self keeps living on in your life. That would be cool if that was like your save function. Okay, so that did nothing. That didn't give me anything. Um, I wish I didn't have to go down here to look at my cards. I would just like to see how many cards I have. Because I only have 2, but I have 7 and 6. Maybe I can make another deck really quick. Or another card. It's about time that I made a card that did not have bad omens as part of one of the meanings, okay? The Titans of the Quarry reinforce the Arcana with their ore. A single space scout can carry the will of civilization. Ripe with the loneliness of the one who left their planet, the swordfish liquor runs with truth. Okay. I really don't have enough juice in me to like make something else. I know it wants me to read more of the books and stuff, but those were long stories for minimal turnout. Like, that might be something I would do off stream just to get more points, and that would be just like having her sit here and read those stories, or maybe record them off and be like, hey, if you were here for the live but you want to know what the stories were, I recorded it and you can see those parts on YouTube. But other than that, it just seems like such a long time to get through them. Okay, this is for Patrice. Invite her over. What is she on? Oh, it's her cane stick thingy. How are you? Fine, relaxed, ready, focused, excited, eager to start, awful, anxious, terrified. I say fine, relaxed. The game's gonna guide me along the way. Good. Hold on to that fuel. Did you meet with Dahlia and Jasmine? Yes, I did. How did they take it? They didn't show it, but I know they weren't happy. I believe we're fine. Yeah, they didn't show it, but they were not happy. It's only natural. They both want you on their side because they know how fundamental your talents are for this campaign. I'm sure they're terrified now. They know you're running against them. I don't know. They're way more prepared than me. They're just bothered about the nuances. You can't be really that naive. If we play our cards right, we're gonna sweep the polls. Maybe? Okay, allow me to give you the rundown of what's ahead. We have to define a program and a plan. First, we analyze our opponents and I'll interview you to see where we stand on the main issues. Then we sketch and review a program. Once we get to something solid, we'll form a team and schedule some campaign actions to get the ball rolling. The date for the election Congress hasn't been decided yet, but we're against the clock as of now. All clear? Yes. Good. First of all, did someone tell you about the 5 pillars of the coven? You know, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Do you need me to explain them to you? I heard about them. You can skip the explanation. We were just there for that. Good. Let's start dissecting our rivals then. Who do you want to start with? Honestly, she can choose. I want to know who she chooses, because maybe the first person she chooses is like what in her mind is the bigger opponent. You choose. Alright, Dahlia then. Dahlia's not from Earth. On our home planet, politics have evolved and twisted more than anywhere else in the explored universe. She comes from the demonic desert lands where matriarchy, there we go, based warlordism and chiefmanship are the primary form of organization even nowadays. I'm not saying to underestimate her, but we can expect her not to be well prepared to navigate the intricacies of a political campaign. On the other hand, Dahlia's politics seem to be very different from her home world. From what I've gathered, her focus seems to be collectivizing the coven's duties and responsibilities, distributing the coven's power horizontally. Level the playing field is practically her slogan, which isn't that what she said? Whoa, how did you manage to get all this info in such little time? Enjoying the perks of having a journalist sister now, huh? Now focus. Her program. Okay, is this in case we didn't speak to them about their program or something? Judgment by referendum. Dahlia argues that in a community this compact, we should have to account for every member's input, regardless of their background or preparation. Enforcement. None whatsoever. She believes in amicable resolution. That was the only one that I said needed some sort of like some little tweaking here and there, for which she was just like, we can give it to the arbitrary, you know, or that's why I was like, okay, if we blended in Jasmine's thing about like, you know, needing a warning system and set, like you get some of those in there, it's a good balance basically. And should dialogue fail, she wants to leave the matters in the hand of their arbitrage office, her point being that we don't need to police ourselves when we already have the magical pact. Forbidden arts. Allow free access to any kind of magic and control them through education, not banning. Mortal affairs. Cut all ties with mortals. Dahlia believes we're too privileged to be messing with people's lives. She thinks we should leave them and be focused on the cosmic and the magical. Witch duties. Magical tax. Have every member of the coven share a percentage of their magical output to pool resources for the benefit of the clan. And finally, she believes we should scatter Adaina's remains so more witches can ascend and our coven can be much more diverse. As you can see, Dahlia is betting on a kind-hearted community that requires goodwill to work. Almost utopic, I must say. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Okay, I don't want to undermine it. It's pretty cool. Most of it, I think, is pretty cool. And my problem is I don't know the full complexity of this coven. I don't know anyone beyond the characters that we've met. And most of the problems were strewn from the old coven leader. So, okay. Expose her naivety. Faith in good intentions is ridiculous. Horizontalism will make us slow and clumsy. Point out the failure of communism on Earth. Spotlight the primitive societies of our homeworld. That's, oh my god. You want to just kill your fucking friendship? What the fuck? That's an app. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep my fingers away from that just to be sure. That's a fucking no. Expose her naivety, faith and good intentions. It's ridiculous. That's exposed. Oh, that just seems so. Like, who knows? Who knows? Horizontal will make us slow and clumsy. Point out the failure of communism. Horizontal will make us slow and clumsy. I don't want to undermine it. I just don't want to. That's pretty cool. That won't flow. It's imperative you challenge your opponent's ideals to get ahead. Try again. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Make us slow and clumsy. Slow and clumsy. But aren't we witches that have all fucking eternity? Who cares if it's slow? Okay. The only one out of here that I think I can give actual, like if I have to pick, is expose her naivety. Faith in good intentions is ridiculous. More in the sense of, this is then implying that the whole, like, there's members and stuff in the coven. This is also saying, like, I don't have faith that you bitches are not going to be bitches and backstab and stuff. That you guys need to be governed in some say. Like, good faith is not going to rule out here. The whole cart, what's it called? If you had to put your grocery cart away, I believe you guys won't put your grocery cart away type of stuff. Because I don't believe in this one, because like you're witches, you have all eternity. Who cares if it's slow? You'll make mistakes, you'll get better at it, so you can be clumsy in the beginning. Pointing at the failure of communism on Earth. What does Earth strategy have to deal with this shit? And then I'm not doing this. This is too this is about like her person and her back history. Like, no. Good one. The ideal community she wants to paint in a picture is in reality. And that's actually what she first said anyways to me about it. We'll focus on conveying that to the rest of the coven. Okay, now let's capitalize on your intimate knowledge about your rival. What would you say is Dahlia's strongest point? Okay. Her overwhelming charisma and the confidence she projects. She embodies the winds of change. Dahlia is pretty popular among young witches. Her determination, she is battle ready. She is the most virtuous, the most incorruptible of all of us all. I get this. This says Dahlia is pretty popular among young witches. This is the closest to my first thought, was that she's very liked, and like her networking skills, her being able to make friends, which is about that charisma. This is kind of it too then. Her overwhelming charisma and the confidence she projects. People love that about her. I guess it would probably be, it's either this one or she is the most virtuous, the most incorruptible of us all. It would have to be one of those two. But I guess I'm going to go with this one because this is the closest to what I first thought. If this were a popularity contest, she'd have the upper hand. I'm sure her campaign will kick off with a lot of momentum. We can't hope to defeat her on any revolutionary grounds. We'll have to play on your intelligence and mysticism to get a bite of her cake. Alright, what about her weakness? What is her most crucial flaw? She's very impulsive, impatient, and gets angry easily. Dahlia is very green when it comes to debating politics or philosophy. She's very radical, lacks diplomacy. She's the least astute of the lot, easy to trick. That's so mean. Making daggers is the least valuable asset offered by a candidate. What? But she might get angry, easily, but she, brings herself back. Like, when she was talking about killing Adana, she was like, I did do it, I went through it, and then I realized you wouldn't want that, it's not for the best faith, I can't do this, I shouldn't do this. You know, people just go through the thing where something just, makes them snap, but she didn't follow through, that's the difference. This is basically calling her stupid. That's mean and stupid. Because she's not. Is the least valuable asset offered by a candidate who, I don't even know we're focusing on the daggers. Yeah, I guess if I'm telling my sister this, she's very green when it comes to debating politics or philosophy. She doesn't really know. Then maybe that one, she's just not really sure about politics. She's learning as she goes. It would be this one then. It's a very exploitable flaw. We should aim to have as many exchanges with Dahlia as possible and defeat her dialectually. Send as many challenging questions as we can her way. Force her to make a public statements on hairy topics. She's likely to sabotage herself if we overwhelm her with complex dilemmas. So is this really necessary? It's your call, but if we don't exploit your opponent's flaws, it will make it less likely for you to become the next leader. Politics are ugly, I know, but also let me tell you, you should expect the same from your rivals, friends or not. I'm sure they won't be pulling any punches. Be ready. I'm already regretting this. I want to see if they're going to punch hard, then I'll punch harder, that type of stuff. But, I'm hoping it wouldn't get to that. But sure, whatever. I'll handle it. Shall we go over Jasmine now? Yeah, sure. Jasmine was born in a small English town during the Industrial Revolution circa 1800s. That put her in a cultural sweet spot for amassing the sympathies of the coven. She's a young witch in the eyes of the eldest, medieval and ancient witches, but not so alien as us contemporary witches with our world wars, TVs, internet, and other global lunacies. Jasmine gets along with us, but is also part of the last decent generation, quote unquote, according to the most conservative witches. Her politics are liberal revision of Adana's, removing the most tyrannical mechanisms by reducing punishments and responsibilities. That will maintain the status quo, but give more room for individualism and personal enterprise, free from so many duties and the fear of failure. Her program to achieve is this. Judgment will be performed by a quorum of the 4 eldest witches in agreement with the leader. That is the sweet candy of her program for the old lot. Enforcement will work with a system of strikes. She hasn't specified how many yet, but should a witch accumulate enough warnings, she will be expelled from the coven. Way less radical than exile, and the worst case scenario is the freedom to start anew elsewhere. Regarding forbidden arts, she won't change a thing. Anything deemed dangerous by the eldest witches will be banned. Then, for mortal affairs, Jasmine proposes a model of protection and guidance. That is good for humanity. What should we protect them from? I guess that'll be determined by the quorum of the eldest. Lastly, for the witch duties, she proposes a policy of no vigilance. Jasmine urges that we should trust every sister will have the coven's interest in mind and that there's no need to evaluate or impose any duties on any member. And of course, regarding the trending topic, Jasmine wants the coven to devour Dana's corpse so that we all become more powerful. Take a minute to interiorize Jasmine's program. Sure. Done? Done. Perfect. So tell me now, what do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? It's not. Okay, we're going to skip this because we know that doesn't fucking work. These lax policies will incentivize foul play. These plans benefit the powerful and forsake the novices. Individualism will fracture the community. Tradition and coven culture will vanish in this setup. Hi, Guinness. I say these plans benefit the powerful and forsake the novices? These lax policies will incentivize foul play. I don't think they incentivize foul play. There's just too much, I guess, freedom in some of this stuff. Like, there has to be, like... Hi, Guinness. You can't go out. It's raining. You won't go out. Make a boop for your kiss for your nose. Plans benefit the power and forsake novices. Individualism will fracture the community. This is like the biggest thing from her whole thing, is I constantly got this mindset. Interesting. If we adapt the strategy, we would polarize the coven's opinion. But in the long run, we could gather the support of the young and the weak, plus the support of the most compassionate elders. It may do the trick. Good. Now to assess the candidate herself. Let's use your privilege info on Jasmine. What would you say is Jasmine's strongest point? She's extremely intelligent and manipulative. She's a pillar of the community. Her apparent innocence and fertility, her resourcefulness, her charming mother-like aura. She's a pillar of the community because of her business. People like her because of like how good her business and what it does for her coven. That is literally it. Like this is like the closest I think to it. She helps and provides for many people with her garden and has many contacts and friends. That puts her ahead in the race from the very start. It will be hard to win people's trust in Jasmine over to our side. We'll need to undermine her abilities as a leader and reinforce her status as a community provider so she stays like that rather than as a ruler. Now to her flaws. What would you say is Jasmine's weakest point? Her anxiety, she gets stressed easily. Envy is a huge one with her. Her compassion, she's easy to intimidate. Vanity, she worries too much about appearance. Envy, like about that whole Greta, or was it Greta? Greta? I have to look at her name to try to even admit to pronounce it better. She hated that she like was constantly jealousy comments afterwards. So this would be my second one, because like the second we started to like be like fuck that bitch, she was like you know. But envy. Really? Yes, and she does a poor job hiding it. We should come up with creative ways of triggering her envy then. This will come very handy to cloud her judgment. I feel so bad doing this. Toughen up, Fortuna. Her advisors will be doing the same about you, no doubt. Plus, these are emergency resources. If we play our cards right, we can hope for a clean victory. Focus on bringing your best game and I won't have to push any ugly buttons. Talk about pressure. Alright, now for the third candidate. What? There's more? Of course, no one told you. No, who is it? No one truly thinks she poses any threat to Dahlia or Jasmine, but she is a candidate, nothing less. We should study her. I believe this dark horse has a chance of surprising us all. Tell me who she is already. Oh, come on. Caprisa, the historian witch. The eldest witch in our coven, she precedes even Adana. Caprisa is originally from Earth, but ascended way before humanity started even writing. She has an infallible memory. All events get registered inside her tree rings. She's been a real valuable source for the Cosmic Gazette. Caprisa has helped us many times with our articles. The thing is that she's always played a secondary role in the coven, just supporting us with her wisdom. But apparently, Caprisa isn't a fan of change and isn't happy with the direction Jasmine or Dahlia want to take the coven. So for the first time, she's running for leader. Her program is easy to sum up. She wants to keep things exactly as Adana left them. Moreover, she advocates for preserving Adana's corpse as some sort of oracle to keep using her as a channel to consult with the gods and to set the direction for the coven. Huh, interesting. Wow, fuck Caprisa. Fuck her program in any case. I know Caprisa personally and she's very kind and helpful. But yes, no one wants the ghost of Adana to keep ruling over us. She has very few supporters, all among the eldest, but I wouldn't underestimate her. Caprisa has a special mystical aura around her. Combined with her vast knowledge, she's sure to impress many voters during the campaign. Depending how gruesome the race gets, you could scare some of the most conservative witches into switching sides from Jasmine to Caprisa. I see. As long as we don't underestimate Caprisa and keep her in check, it should all be fine, though. Understood. Alright, are you ready to start defining our program? Do you want to take a break? What would we take a break? Would that be like pausing the game? Like, what does that mean? Because I kind of want to get it over with. Is it just like go down and read? Like what? Like to make more cards? I don't get it. So let's just get this over with. Alright. We'll go over every point, assess our options, make some choices, and when we have a first draft, we can review any aspect to iron out the program. It's okay to borrow some ideas you may fancy from your rivals, but try to make a program that's unique enough to be your own. Oh, I gotta think here. Okay. First point, judgment. Right now, this is where our rivals stand. Jasmine wants to form a quorum of the eldest. Dahlia wants to introduce judgment by referendum. Caprisa wants to keep Adane's runic judgment. What type of judgment do you prefer? Ponder rune, not that one. Ponder quorum, not that one. Ponder referendum. Are you dividing all the power among members via referendum a beautiful idea? It is beautiful indeed. It would be something far-fetched for a bigger society. But provided the coven stays within the hundreds, it's feasible. It'd still be quite cumbersome, and we need to keep in mind that the most popular option isn't always what's truly best. But it will always keep the majority satisfied. Will this make us weaker but happier? I can't tell. It's never been done before in a coven that I know of. Okay, so what type of judgment do you prefer? So, is this an option and then I can like come back to this? Try to come up with another option. Something fair but effective. What do you have in mind? To have leadership that decides on everything without the community's input is problematic. But leaving all executive control in the hands of everyone will produce erratic results. I'm thinking of establishing some sort of ministries to compartmentalize power. Appoint experts in every matter to deal with law, exploration, magic development, resource management, culture, anything really. Set up as many ministries as necessary. All ministers will work along with the leader, but they would have the last word in their respective competencies since they would be the ideal person to make informed decisions about each issue. How will these ministers be appointed? Do the positions rotate? What happens if someone more competent shows up? Is the minister replaced? I mean, it's really interesting on paper, and it will be quite effective to have dedicated witches on every important matter. But this will probably breed many power struggles within the coven, fighting for these positions or trying to earn the favor of certain ministers. I see. Not that the other options don't have downsides, I'm just pointing out what could go wrong with this idea. I think it's still worth giving it a shot if you like it. If you're at the helm, I'm sure you'll run a tight ship and put together an excellent team. I'll help you. Yeah, avoiding corruption in this scenario relies on having a capable leader. You are a capable leader. I think you're ready to deal with this kind of judgment system you decide to go with. Any kind of judgment you decide to go with. So having said that, what type... Yeah. I think the ministry system, then. I don't want the oldest. I don't want that. It's one of these two. Because you can have people vote for, you know, these people to be here. We just have to figure out how to keep the corruption out of it. But then again, we're witches. Must vote truthfully. Take a truth serum. Let's go with the ministry system. Gotcha. Now to law enforcement. And warnings leading to expulsion. Dahlia offers ceramical agreement. Okay. Caprice wants to keep an exile as punishment. What type of law do you prefer? Fuck exile. Try to come up with a new option. I have a troubled feelings towards punishment as a method of enforcing the law. It keeps law and order through fear, but we can't expect everyone to behave. Isn't there a way to make punishment constructive? Constructive how? Send bad witches to detention to do some magical studies? No, not that, but hey, that might be an idea. What about community service? Elaborate. Instead of expelling members, or gods forbid sending them to exile, we could set up a system of assigning hours of community service depending on the severity of the infraction. Tending other witches' gardens, harvesting magic for the coven, helping the explorers, whatever is needed, really. We could pull that off, yeah. I don't know if it'll look childish or weak in the eyes of some witches, but it benefits the community in the long run, definitely. Alright, what type? Okay. I want to say fuck exile. Fuck exile. Fuck exile. What type of law enforcement? Okay. Okay, I want her to ponder this, because I'm curious, like, what she's saying about this. What if they're to police, really, if we already have the arbitrage office? It's ideal and quite beautiful to trust in our sister's ability to coexist, but the arbitrator's office only really covers the magical pact. Shouldn't we have a way to mitigate more mundane conflicts within the coven? The arbitrator's office won't interfere in issues like who has rights over a newly discovered domain or who should be responsible for a common project gone wrong. What should we do in those cases? I guess that Dahlia will leave that in the hands of a referendum. We could do the same, but with a proper organism, a minister of justice that deals with unresolved conflicts on a case-by-case basis. This is getting closer and closer to mortal society, but sure, that was supposed to work for millennia on Earth. Anyway, okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going with the new stuff that I'm creating. Like, I don't know if that's, like, the point of the matter is to go with the new stuff versus just picking on what they're doing. Because the community service seems to be, like, a good thing, depending on the severity of it. Because now she's right about this. Like, you can't just, you just can't keep handing this over. They don't deal with this sort of stuff. I'm gonna go with community service. Banning whenever they seem dangerous. Dahlia wants to give free access to any kind of magic, but to enforce education so we all know what you're dealing with. How do you want to go with dealing with forbidden arts? Ponder free access and education. It was a waste that our coven can benefit from some of the most powerful arts, even if they are dangerous. Maybe we shouldn't grant access instantly, but we could open them up gradually as we educate our members on the implications and responsibilities of each spells. It's a bit risky, but it'll make us way stronger in the long run. Maybe. I'm not well versed on this topic, so I'll trust your judgment. How do you want... Okay, what would be a new option? There must be some middle ground between banning and free access. Some summoning or spells that can save lives. They could even protect us from major evils. There's much to be achieved with the careful application of some of the forbidden arts. So what about extending permits? Make it so witch can apply to have access to certain spells or rituals, and if the coven deems the application's purpose and aptitude appropriate, allow them to make use of them. Compromise, you know more about forbidden arts than I do, so I'll go, okay. Shit. I don't know. I honestly, I don't want to ponder banning. That's stupid. I honestly was kind of leaning towards this. Because what do the permits matter if it's like an emergency? But here's my thing though too, is with this coven, is they're so used to just banning it, most of them are gonna be on this side. They're not, this is literally the mediation between the two. This I think would, for me personally, would be the long-term goal, but we gotta start somewhere. So we gotta start with this part here. Wonderful. Mortal affairs. These are the stands of our competitors. Jasmine says we should guide them, take care of them. Cutting all ties. She believes we shouldn't abuse our privilege over them and just let them be. Caprisa wants to continue exploiting them for our benefit. What's your stance on mortal affairs? Okay, this one I will say ponder guidance. Exploiting mortals under Ardana's command. Maybe it's time we repay the service mortal societies have been inadvertently offering us. That's a good angle, though taking care of them entails many responsibilities as well as needing time and resources. We'll be giving up some of our coven's momentum to charity. Not that that's necessarily bad, but it's something to bear in mind if we choose this option. I see. Ponder cutting all ties. To be honest, I don't care much about mortals or Earth or whatever societies in this universe, and if you think about it, I believe most people would prefer to not have witches meddling with their lives. Yeah, maybe. On the other hand, we would forfeit many valuable resources. Mortals have been a great source of magic power and inspiration for our coven. However, cutting ties will also cut all the shady practices and wrongdoing some witches have been pushing on mortals. And to some extent, it will let us focus on our own affairs instead of dealing with petty disputes over humans. What do you think? Okay, what's a new option? Because we're not going to exploit anymore. I don't know. If you want to propose an alternative for our program, it should be something drastically different. Just some iteration on our rivals' ideas would feel uninspired or derivative. What about this? We reveal the existence of witches to mortals. Whoa, coming out strong. What's your angle? Whatever decisions we make regarding mortals will be morally gray since they don't know about us. What I propose here is a simple concept, truth. It'll definitely stir some chaos at the beginning, but in the end, wouldn't it be better if we develop a working relationship and make them aware of our capabilities? Let them ask directly for what they need. That is beautiful, but didn't you pay attention to school? Humanity has a troubled relationship with witches. They burned us for sport. They burned poor innocent women. What can they really do about the real deal? It's like revealing the existence of lions to a rabbit. They can hide or reject us, but in no way will they be able to hurt us. You're underestimating mortals' drive to destroy things, but sure. That can make our program look strong. We could spin a good angle from it. Prepare to be attacked in many debates, though. See, that's what I was thinking. I don't think we should do this. I think it's a little bit more like this. I'm actually going to steal this one. Let's go with guiding mortals. Let's talk about witch duties. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine advocates for freedom and trust, for believing that every witch will always have the coven's best interest. Dahlia wants to introduce some sort of magical tax, common projects, quarterly controls. Ponder freedom and trust. The coven's been pretty burdened for centuries now with the Dana's abuse of control. I don't know if it's complete freedom is a wise option, but it is an option that our sisters will look with open arms. Should it fail to work for whatever reason, we could always review it in the future. Unless we discover our community is extremely proactive and they pitch in voluntarily. It's certain we fall behind other covens in just a few decades. So maybe it's not all about power and competition, but we could turn this to a more independent, laid-back association. In any case, my analyst has said this will weaken us in the long run, so... yeah, she doesn't like that. Okay, what about the magical tax? It doesn't require any specific actions to serve the covenant, and it's pretty fair since we'd be asking for a percentage of every witch magical output, whatever form that takes. No one should be worried about failing controls. You can go about your existence however you want, provided you contribute to the covenant's magical reserve. It also opened the door for us to attempt some ambitious projects, since that much energy from so many witches will be a tremendous asset to work with. It'll drag down personal development, though. Our sisters are used to having their full magical reserves to invest in their personal enterprises, so they end up putting collectivism over individualism. Having said that, okay, what's a new option, because I actually think that would be the best one. If I took one from Jasmine, I'll take one from Dahlia. Abusing our members and without disregarding the spirit of being a community. In all the years you spent in this coven, what would you say has helped bring your A game the most? Demand, inspiration, sharing resources? Oh, I know. Mentorship. My mentor, Yunina, has been a cornerstone in my development as a witch. What do you say we institute a mentorship program? That's a great idea. Right now, one of the most pressing issues within our coven is the power gap between novices and elders. It would help to tighten the relationship between different generations of witches too. I like it. But this idea will be well better received among novices and elders. Old witches won't be really getting anything out of this deal, so it'll be a tough sell for the less charitable conservatives. And mentorship is something that requires a lot of time and work, so it will get in the way of many of the elders' plans. You yourself will be forced to take on some apprentices. Think about that will mean for your lifestyle. I see. I like the magical tax. It's either mentorship or magical tax. Magical tax. Hold on, I'm really thinking about this one. I don't see how mentorship program and witch duties. We're gonna have to do magical tax. What to do with the Dana's corpse? These are the stance of our competitors. Yep. Devour. Scatter remains. Conserve. Ponder scattering remains. Maybe, power for the sake of power is a bit pointless, and allowing more women to ascend and become witches seems the more humane thing to do. You're probably right. Opening the gates to potentially doubling our size would definitely stir some chaos in these times of change, but who cares? There's also power in numbers. Just bear in mind that advocating for scattering Adina's remains will earn us the sympathies of the novices and discomfort from the elders and vice versa. What do you want to do? Okay. What's a new option? Nah, that's too much. Spit it out. We're brainstorming here. A wild day could lead to something interesting. What if only the leader gets to eat Adana all by herself? What if you hoarded Adana's power all to yourself, you're saying? Yes, become some sort of super leader. If it becomes tradition, whoever's in charge will become more and more powerful with each generation, inheriting all the power of their predecessors, working towards a godlike figure who can safeguard the coven from any evil. That is so fucking dangerous. Not a lot of people will agree with this plan, but if you manage to pull it off, you will become extremely fucking powerful. I don't want to imagine what that would imply for your powers. You will be able to rewrite reality itself if needed. I'll support you if that's what you want. I don't want to do that. I don't want to devour her. I don't want to preserve her. It was either scatter. Oh, fuck. I wish I would have gone back and maybe. Okay, well, we're going to scatter. We're scattering. Let's review the program as a whole now. The program is unique enough. I believe we are offering quite an interesting option over the plans of our rivals. You know what? It's fine. I'm happy with this. Let's move on. Great, wonderful, fantastic. Now, take a minute to look at our program. Internalize it, believe it, make it yours. You are going to have to defend all these decisions in front of your rivals and the whole coven. But most importantly, I'm going to need you to sell the concept of it. And for that, we're going to need a slogan. A slogan! Finally, something fun. It's been fun all the way for me so far. You're really enjoying yourself behind that haughty pose, huh? You bet. What would you like to use as a slogan? What the fuck? No thank you. Make our coven great again. Take fate into thy hands. Stronger together. A real sisterhood. A very happy coven. I guess take fate into thy hands. Stronger together. A real sisterhood. You're saying everything was fake? Take fate into thy hands. Stronger together, I guess. Stronger together. Very simple, but it does the job. I don't know. It's what many covens should aspire to, isn't it? That's why we're in a coven to begin with. Yes, yes, simple is good. A slogan is all about marketing. It needs to sell the idea of a better future. Stronger and together are both quite desirable terms. Good choice. We're almost done. What else? We just need to start campaigning, right? Yes, and for that we need the ultimate, most classical form of propaganda. A poster. What for? It's not like there's any streets in space to plaster with my face. We'll send posters to everyone we know from inside and outside the coven. Try to have them set up in common spaces like temples or cosmic markets. Oh, that's not my style at all. That's why I'm here, to do all the nasty marketing you're too self-conscious to do. I just want all of this to be over. A few weeks, a couple of months at max, and this will be all a bit of memory. You've done 200 years of exile. I'm sure you can endure this. Okay, I give up. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I was thinking that your new cards have a lot of style. What do you say? Want to compose the poster yourself? Do I have a choice? Not really. You're really talented. Let's just squeeze your artist juices. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Wait, what? Oh, okay. No. Oh, hello. What are you doing? I kind of don't like that that is up there. I'm gonna have to pick one of these. I should like this. Is that it? I didn't realize I had those as an option. What do you think? Pretty cool. You can never have too many stars on a political poster. Shut up. Should I give it another try? No, it's good. I like it. It's powerful in a very unique way. If anything, it does a great job of capturing your essence. We should send this to a museum once the race is over. Shut up. Great, we're ready to get to win with this race. Finally, honestly, I'm really not cut out for this. Yes, you are. Fate provided you with a mean sister to make sure of it. Just my luck. Now to the unavoidable question. Why don't you draw a card to make sure we win this thing? That'd be cheating. Why do we put this much work in then? Yeah, it's been on my mind the whole time. Kind of was. I'm not gonna lie, it was. But I figured it was like, because you don't know exactly what's gonna come out, and it could be a bad card or something that isn't favorable. So it's like, why would I risk it for the biscuit type of thing, okay? She keeps saying everyone's not gonna pull their punches, so why would we care too much about cheating? But kind of would be like, I want to ask her, like, wouldn't that be cheating? But I'm sure she's going to be like, no, because she's like, you know, do it now. Why do we put this much work then? Put in this much work then? For consistency. What does it matter if you become the next leader if you don't have a plan? You will have to actually run the coven, even if we get there through magical means. Right. It doesn't come without its risk, though. There's always a chance I draw a card that doesn't offer any favorable results to us. And once drawn, there's not going back. We could assure our victory, but we could also doom us and make all of our efforts futile. Right. Well, you know your dog better than anyone. Our chances of winning through sheer effort are pretty decent, I say. But if you want to remove the anxiety from the competition by determining the outcome, I'm in. I'm kind of like, I want to see how this plays through. I genuinely want to. I feel like if we want to later, we're not sure about shit, then draw a card. I'd rather use the cards to help me along the way than just give me the outcome. It's too risky. Let's just do our best. Alright. We should at least look for opportunities during the race to use the deck on our rivals. They'll have to agree to ask something of the deck, though. I don't do divination without consent. That's where I draw the line. Okay, I'll try to come up with ways to seduce them into getting readings. Suit yourself. Yay! Pandemonium. Okay, so this is beautiful. I absolutely love this little thing. I love the fire crackling and whatnot, but